It's Tuesday Hoops. Up next, the enforcer at power forward, Kenyon Martin and the Denver Nuggets go up against the New York Knicks. Denver, New York, coming up next.
We are holding court in the home of the Knicks, New York City. Happy to be with you for our broadcast of 2K Sports and the NBA. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Melo, Martin, and Nene make up the front court trio. Chauncey Billups and J.R. Smith are the backcourt tandem. And for the Knicks, Stoudemire and Turioff in the middle. Felton and Azubuike manning the backcourt, and Gallinari. The Knicks last season, like most teams in the East, took their lumps playing against the Western Conference.
Yeah, and they finished 9-21 in interconference play. I mean, out west, tough for everybody, particularly the Knicks. Coach D'Antoni had certainly seen a lot of those teams when he was coaching the Suns, but seeing them and beating them, two different things.
Here's Nene. Coach George Karl, he's been a head coach in the NBA for over 25 seasons.
Kevin, he's coached in Cleveland, Golden State, Seattle, Milwaukee, and Denver. Even coached in Spain for a couple of seasons, and he's had success just about everywhere he's been.
And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. Felton kicks to Stoudemire. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
Gallinari against Anthony. Fades back, and that is good. Anthony's got his first 2 points. Clark, last season a difficult one for Coach Karl. He battled throat cancer, had to take a leave of absence from the team after the All-Star break.
And that hadn't been his first battle with cancer, Kevin, and I can't even imagine how difficult last season was for him. And it was great to see the outpouring of love and encouragement that came from people from in the league as well as outside of the league.
He got a lot of support, you're right. Let's swing it over to Doris Burke.
Kevin, thank you. Well, for Amari Stoudemire, he said last season that he thought it was the best he'd played in his entire career. Steve Nash complimented his improved aptitude for the game, saying, quote, his understanding, comfort, and knowledge of the game are growing. When you're as talented as he is, just incremental gains and understanding can really pay off incredibly. The sky's the limit for him, gentlemen.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Billups. Just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Outside Anthony. Nene with it. Working on Turioff. Let's go with the three. Billups, no good. New York with the ball. The break is on. Here's Stoudemire, and the jam by Stoudemire.
When he goes up, sometimes you think he might never come down.
Well, it won't be the last time we see one of those slams from him. Here's Billups. Now Smith. Nene with the screen on Azubuike. And the turnover by Denver.
That was an ugly possession. They were out of sync completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
And so here's New York. Felton with the ball. Dumps it off. Stoudemire backing him down. And Billups over to help. There's Gallinari with the three. Rebound by Anthony. The Nuggets trail. Anthony right side. Outside Billups. Anthony with the screen on Azubuike. Anthony backing him down. 4 on the shot clock. And again, Denver no good.
I'm not sure why he faded away there, Kevin. The D wasn't really in a position to affect that shot. That's a good look. Very nice look.
The Nuggets trail by 4. This two-point guard attack, Clark, this Lawson-Billups tandem, reminiscent of some of the halfback tandems we sometimes see in the NFL.
You know what? A lot of teams in the NFL are going with multiple running backs, and I think you'll see more of that in basketball too, Kevin, where you have multiple point guards that can give you different looks. And Billups, strong, hard-nosed, tough, aggressive, makes big shots, and a tremendous leader. Lawson is more like your compact scat back. A guy who can make things happen even though he's not big.
Great description. Right now, let's find out what head coach George Karl had to say to our Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, as far as their offensive strategy, he told me the great thing about coaching this team is that he doesn't necessarily need to draw up any fancy strategy because these guys are so smart at that end of the floor. Today, it's more a matter of giving them a few basic ideas and letting them do the rest. Gentlemen?
Doris, thank you. Clark, is there anything that can really be done about shooting once the game begins?
I don't think so. Shooting is about confidence and form and technique and mechanics, but shot selection is something coaches will harp on.
Talking about those point guard tandems, it's tough to have a guard set that can handle both those types of backs.
Yeah, and you're right, Kevin. And if you look at the success football teams have with multiple running backs, it's hard to not see why it would work in the NBA as well.
Here's Anthony following the score by New York. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two.
First personal foul, team's first. Shooting for Denver. Carmelo Anthony taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. So for the Knicks, Anthony Randolph, he's checked in for Turiel. Roger Mason is subbed in for Kalena Azubuike. Chris Anderson is checked in for the Nuggets. Flalo comes in for J.R. Smith. Both free throws good from Anthony. Here's Felton. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Randolph. The shot misses. Now Denver takes it the other way. Lobs it up. Tipped. The Knicks leading by 6. Felton the pass to Stoudemire. And here's Gallinari outside, and that's off as he tries to beat the buzzer. First quarter over, and big numbers up on the board.
12.
Knicks lead by 6.
They're making the extra pass and finding guys for open looks. I love the discipline they've shown in their offense so far.
The NBA here on 2K Sports. Close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Here is Lawson. Coach Mike D'Antoni, it's been an interesting journey from Phoenix to the New York Knicks.
Well, in the Valley of the Sun, he had teams that made 2 conference finals and was definitely in the running for a title. But he felt like the front office didn't really have his back, so he decided to head to the Big Apple.
I think you've sized it up well. So we're Stoudemire sitting on the bench. Here's the 5 for Mike D'Antoni right now. Felton and Azubuike manning the backcourt. Wilson Chandler out there with Amundsen and Turiel. Chandler, a 3-ball. Chris Anderson pulls it in. And the last 2 seasons for Mike D'Antoni have not been easy.
No, you can see the strain all over his face. I mean, he's a positive, easygoing guy, and yet despite the losing, no reward this season with this season's draft pick going to... Oh! Nice fundamental basketball. Get that screen in place solidly, and then take it to the rim.
Show a little patience, then zoom right in. Here is Felton. No points for him. After making a return from microfracture surgery and getting back to action, Kenyon Martin struggled with that knee once again last season, Clark.
Yeah, you know, he partially tore his left patella tendon late in the season. Platelet-rich plasma therapy was used to try to get him back in time for the playoffs, but you could tell he wasn't 100%.
Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Knicks didn't get all the free agents they wanted, but they came up with a pretty good plan B, trading David Lee for tough defenders, Kelena Azubuike, Ronnie Torioff, and the potential pack youngster, Anthony Randolph. Randolph has grown to 7 feet tall since he came into the league and reminds some of a cross between Marcus Camby and Lamar Odom. The Knicks will now be a player in free agency this coming offseason with a more compelling roster to present to potential newcomers. Back to you guys.
Well, it certainly seems like a smart move for him. Thanks, Doris. Clock at 4. Jacks up a 3, and it's Aaron Aflalo with the 3.
For 3.
And the Nuggets lead by 1.
Let's go, Knicks!
And here we go with Raymond Felton. Takes it up. Chandler's shot, good. Chandler's got his second basket of the game.
You can't let guys get so close to the hoop like that. You got to bump them and chuck them a little bit as they come through the paint. Make them feel you.
Here's Aflalo. He's covered by Azubuike. Aflalo, that's good.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
And he can't manage to get up a decent shot on the foul. 2 free throws coming up. They get Kenyon Martin.
Despite their struggles, the Knicks still draw plenty of fans. The 5th highest attendance numbers in the league last season. Over 19,000 fans a night.
First one falls for him. So for the Knicks, Anthony Randolph, he's checked in for Turioff. Stoudemire comes in for Louis Amundsen. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Raymond Felton. Denver also making some changes. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Balkman. Smith comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Ty Lawson. And he makes both free throws. Well, Clark, New York always considered a mecca for basketball.
Yeah, they produced some outstanding players over the years, and they're knowledgeable fans, they're passionate fans. I always looked forward to going to New York. Even if I knew it was going to be a tough game for us to win, just being in that environment was exciting.
This is a great building.
It is a terrific building with great energy.
Randolph, a screen on Billups. Stoudemire backing him down. Douglas for 3, and that one's good.
Again, they retake the lead. Incredible momentum swing. Neither team wants to give an inch.
Now, here is Smith. Back to Anthony. The tray. Another 3 for Denver.
Look at what we've got going on here. A bit of anything you can do, I can do better with that 3 ball.
Carmelo Anthony grew up in the mean streets of Baltimore. He's certainly come a long way.
He really has, Kevin. He's seen a lot in his life. His father passed away when he was only 2 years old. And I think his maturation as a man has continued alongside his growth as a player.
Douglas for 3. A shot, no good. Solid defense right there from Billups. Easy shot, and Denver again with the buckets. Scoring has always come easy to Carmelo, but he's been working on the rest of his game, Clark, as well.
Yeah, and it's easy for people to criticize his defense, but he actually has made an effort to get better, and that's all you can ask. A player making an effort to improve in his weak areas.
For the Knicks, it was Amundsen who's checked in for Randolph. Gallinari comes in for Azubuike, and it's Felton in for Tony Douglas. And then for Denver, Nene's checked in. Here's Chandler. He has 6. Here's Amundsen. Here's Chandler. Nene pulls it in.
No defense there to bother the shot, and he still misfired. His coach does not look happy.
Anthony against Gallinari. Gallinari against Anthony. And again, it's Denver.
They say the mid-range game is becoming a lost art in the NBA, but you certainly couldn't tell it from watching that play. What a sweet stroke.
They need this, and it's Gallinari missing.
Right now being held without a point in this quarter. Goose egg. Really struggling to find any kind of open look.
Got the bucket and the foul.
Here it comes. They're rolling now. Looks like they're starting to break this lead open.
And he makes the free throw. Here is Felton, looking for his first bucket of the game. Here's Stoudemire, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
And so we wrap up the first half.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. He's got 14 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line. Boy, he was locked in that whole half.
Back in a moment from New York.
It's Tuesday in the NBA, and we're here with the HP Halftime Report to tell you all about it. The Denver Nuggets have the lead against the Knicks in New York. Close-range shots, their bread and butter early on, a gigantic lead in points in the paint. Carmelo Anthony has had himself an amazing start. He's got 14 points, and everything is falling for him, really efficient from the field. And battling nonstop, the New York Knicks. Great ball control offensively, the turnover differential a major advantage right now. An impressive first half for Amari Stoudemire. He has 8 points and has added a couple assists in this one, too. And a look at the players leading their respective teams in scoring. They'll hope that they can keep it going in the second. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now let's get you back to the start of your third quarter. So long.
And as the quarter begins, both teams have been trading blows like prize fighters. A close ball game. The Nuggets leading by 6. Looking at these Knicks, they added some talent via free agency, but Clark, will it be enough to make them a big-time contender in the Eastern Conference?
Kevin, only time will tell. We'll just have to wait and see. You know, talent on paper doesn't necessarily equate to production on the court.
So on the floor for Denver, Kmart and Nene are inside. Chauncey Billups and J.R. Smith are the backcourt tandem. And Anthony. Now the Knicks with it. Here's Azubuike. It's blocked. And Clark, the Knicks had to give away talent to free up the cap space. They ended up using this offseason.
Yeah, they had to, and they had to make some tough choices in that regard, Kevin. I mean, they've definitely improved themselves, but the question is, and the question remains, by how much?
Shots good by Anthony.
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender and try to make him give up the ball.
Gallinari jacks up the triple. Nene pulls it in.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
Anthony against Gallinari. And here's Nene. Clock at 4. Martin, guarded by Stoudemire, with the fadeaway. And it's Martin, that time on the assist by Nene. Martin's got 6 points.
Nice feed inside. Sets his teammate up for the easy deuce.
New York calls timeout.
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City dancers. Go on and give it up.
A different look for Denver. Anderson comes in for Kenyon Martin. And it's Lawson in for Chauncey Billups. So here's Gallinari. 7 points in the game. Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown.
He's shooting 25% from downtown.
That pass changed time zones on the way to the rim, Kevin.
That's as good as it gets, Clark. What teamwork.
Excellent.
Now Lawson. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Anthony left side. Shoots the 3. Kept alive. Back to Lawson. Now Felton defending. Lawson kicks to Nene. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
Here's Gallinari. Back to Felton. Lawson defending. Baseline jumper. Nice shot by Felton. Here is Lawson. 2:25 left in the third. Smith dishes to Anthony. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
He's really one of the big reasons why they have the lead now. He's playing an extremely efficient game. It's fun to watch.
And we're seeing the Nuggets here. They took 19 out of 30 from the East a season ago. Good numbers for them.
And, you know, given how many big bodies they have on their front line, Kevin, you would think they'd match up well with the bruisers in the East, and that proved itself out a bit.
Azubuike against Smith. And the shot's good from Nene.
He seems quite confident in that hook shot. The defense wasn't even close to blocking that one.
Gallinari. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. 11 points in the game.
He's been getting after it offensively, but they're still trailing here. One guy can only do so much.
Anthony against Gallinari. Gallinari against Anthony. Goes up, hangs, and hits. Anthony's got 20 points. You look at Carmelo Anthony, Clark strong, quick, a very good jump shot. He's got the goods offensively.
And he's proven himself to be perhaps the most clutch scorer in the NBA. Certainly he's one of them. When things get tight late, he's always ready to step up and take the shot.
Here's Lawson. Not on the scoreboard yet. J.R. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Azubuike. Nice shot by Smith.
For three.
And after that last three they gave up, you knew he was looking to get it right back.
Stoudemire with the ball. He's got 10. Now Tyrion. Felton. 5 on the clock. Here's Gallinari. And the Knicks good for 2.
He's been in the zone, Kevin. If they can put it all together around his scoring, they might still have a chance.
Lawson kicks to Anthony. Gallinari covering. Shoots from 12. And again, it's Carmelo Anthony. Anthony's got 22. Here comes Raymond Felton. Stoudemire outside. Fades away. What a buzzer beater.
That's simply a big-time shot right there, Kevin. To have that amount of concentration with the clock winding down is something special. A lot of players don't have that.
And the third quarter is over, and a good finish looks to be in store for all of us. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, he's been filling it up, Kevin. No surprise there. He's a guy who can really do damage when he's in a groove.
The Nuggets on top. They lead by 7. As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Hey, Doris.
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Nuggets that garners the Sprite Spark today. They put the clamps on in the second quarter, and guys, that helped them go on this magnificent run.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
All of the Knicks like it, but I stay weak like those. Even if I never said it, you should probably know it.
Here's Douglas. Stoudemire and Turioff in the middle. There with Walker and Gallinari. That's the 5 for New York right now. Open look, and Stoudemire with the basket on the assist by Douglas.
Explosive offense. These two teams have been going at each other this entire game.
Here's a follow. Here's Nene. Dunked in off the nice assist that time.
This is one of the NBA's most skilled finishers. and it's not hard to tell why.
Well, he is one hard man for a defense to deal with. Knicks trail by 7. And here's Douglas. Off the screen. And Stoudemire, the bucket on the assist by Douglas. 17 points for Stoudemire.
I think they've got to keep getting him the ball. When he's going like that, he's in the zone right now. Perfect from the field. You've got to continue to milk the hot hand.
Martin against Gallinari. Gallinari against Martin. Here's Billups. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Inside, outside, Kevin. I love it. He drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
Now Douglas. Nene pulls it in.
Really not enough defensive pressure there to force that miss. He's got to be disappointed.
Billups against Douglas. And the shot's good from Nene.
Assist from.
And the Nuggets lead by 9.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Here's Walker. And Turioff backs down. The baseline J, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
You don't have to worry about him leading the team in scoring, but he will find ways to get involved on the offensive end.
Here's Nene. The basket good off the assist from Billups.
The defender couldn't get around the pick, and his help didn't show up in time. Nice play for the layup right there.
Now here's Stoudemire. Kenyon Martin grabs the board.
He tried to add a little flavor to that one. Maybe was thinking about the highlight reel, but then he missed the shot.
Here's Nene. Buries the short-range shot.
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
New York calls timeout. They're behind by 11. 2:18 left in the fourth. For the Knicks, it was Amundsen who's checked in for Stoudemire. Azubuike comes in for Bill Walker. And it's Felton in for Tony Douglas. Big group substitution here for Denver. Chris Anderson is checked in for Harrington. Anthony comes in for Kenyon Martin. J.R. Smith's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Lawson in for Chauncey Billups. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Mike D'Antoni gave to his team during that break. He was clearly fuming. He told them, "You guys look like you're sleepwalking out there." He said, "I don't know if you rolled out of the wrong side of the bed this morning or what, but we've got to step up and wake up. Guys?"
Kicks to Lawson. He's covered by Felton. Lawson the pass to Nene. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
He's starting to pick up his game in this half.
New York calls timeout. They're down by 11. 1:44 left in the game. Stoudemire's checked in for Lou Amundsen. Here's Felton. The dump off. Here's Turioff. Good work defensively by Anthony.
He's got to break out of this slump if his team wants a chance to win.
Anthony left side. Working on Turioff. And Anthony gets double teamed. Again, the Nuggets score.
Healthy lead. And with smart play the rest of the way, they should be able to win this one.
And here's Azubuike from deep. Nene pulls it in. The Nuggets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Nene with the screen on Stoudemire. Anthony against Stoudemire. Nene dishes to Anthony. Anthony missing again.
He's trying to get it going from outside.
Here's Stoudemire, and count that bucket right there. He keeps with it, and now a free throw shot for him. A different look for Denver. Kenyon Martin is checked in for Anderson, and Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Good for the three-point play. Here's Smith. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
They're leading by double digits, and I'd say this game is essentially done.
That free throw good from Anthony. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're losing by 13. 41 seconds left to the fourth. And the Nuggets making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Here is Felton. Here's Gallinari. Magnificent rejection. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. It's a 13-point game. Outside Anthony. And laid in. Nice play. Anthony's got 29 in the game.
Right on the verge of victory now. They don't need much more than to just take care of the basketball.
Azubuike for three. Rebounded by Anderson. Here comes Carmelo Anthony. He's covered by Azubuike from down low. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Put a fork in him, Kevin. This one's over.
There's Gallinari with the three. It's in! So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time.